My name's Corey Tulaba. Welcome to Film Sesh. I'm here with Martez Brown from Lincoln Memorial University. Martez, appreciate you joining me, man.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch some film with you and talk out the game. But for anybody who's not familiar with your game and hasn't watched you play before, how would you describe yourself as a player?
I'm a forward center, someone who runs the floor at a high level. I can defend multiple positions. Probably like a stretch forward, I'm see myself shooting the ball more, but I'm more like athletic, dunking the ball, elite rebounder, elite motor.
And I think that that's a great place to start because you said that, you're somebody who can really run the floor. You have a good motor, great motor.
Yeah.
So I want to know, do you remember this play?
Yeah.
All right, take me through this, man, because I think that, when you play at the next levels, being able to run the floor and find ways to score without the ball in your hands is what's going to get most young players on the court. So take me through this one.
We're playing against Martez. I think they're Division II in North Carolina, man. And like what I said, my game is just run the floor. Like I'm not your, your average big size big. I'm beating other bigs, but using my speed, my athleticism. So with this team, I knew I could beat the big up the court. So I was just, running the floor. And I know my point guard, he's going to look at me every time I run the floor. So it was just that connection. He's actually my roommate, so we was already locked in. So
he's got to reward you for running the floor hard.
Yeah, got to.
But look, man, I mean, this is a big time poster.
Yeah.
I mean, they must not know the scout, right?
For sure. I guess not.
I like this too, where you can kind of grab and go. So take me kind of through this one.
Oh, yeah. So, like, growing up, I always was, like, able to handle the ball a little bit to a certain extent, So, when I first came in, I wasn't able to do that. I had to prove to my coaches that I can handle the ball. And so, with our offense, it's free-flowing. So my coach trusts me to bring the ball up. And so with me being a center who can bring the ball up, that's good with initiating the offense to get everybody else going. So when I get the ball, I don't have to worry about nobody's like, hey, Ted, pass the ball. It's not your average, when the big man gets the ball, they're supposed to look for the point guard. No, I can handle the ball. I can bring it up. I can start offense. Y'all just run. I'm going to look for y'all. So in that instance, I become the point guard. So now, I'm beating everybody down the court, and it's just me down there. So,
yeah, that's smooth, man.
Yeah, it catches people off guard because they're not used to it.
Right. So were you always tall, or were you like a guard when you were younger?
I was always tall. So, like when I was growing up, our five was football players. So, like I was always running with the guards, always with the guards. So I always had that guard athletic ability, run the floor, ball handling, and just being able to do what guards can do. But as I got older, you got to play your position and you got to play where you need it. So I was able to transform my game to just, being a big man, versatile.
Yeah. But now slowing it down, getting in the half court, you got this bounce in the half court too. And I love this possession. It's simple. Pick and roll is really simple, right? But when you use it effectively, it's one of the hardest things to stop. So take me what you're trying to do right from the jump with the screen.
Right now, I know with this team, nobody's jumping with me. So that's just a simple, just like touch and go play. Because I think on this play, I think they were switching. So just simple touch and go, something quick, an easy action to get us in our offense easy. So how we play is like either a ball screen or I'm playing to like a get, Yep. So it's just an easy flow of offense. So I already knew what was going to happen. When he came off, I already knew he was looking for me.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's so important. You make great contact on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, as soon as, like, right there, this is going to allow your point guard to now put this big in a 2-on-1 position, and where he's got to guard two. You get the little pop coming up the side, like a little stack action almost, right? So, right. I mean, I love the bounce. I love the athleticism. I love the physicality. All stuff that, is simple but effective.
Yeah, I think on that play right there, I think we was doing like a Spain play because you see the guards at the back going big.
Yeah, so he could pop up and he's open for the three, because if you run that again now, they're probably going to cheat and guard you because of the rim gravity. Absolutely. So I love that. Now, I think that in these pick and roll situations, I think this is an area of your game where I think you can really, if you add this, it'll really open things up. This little kind of like short roll floater area game. Is this something that you're kind of working on expanding?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm constantly working on my touch. You always want to make sure your touch around the rim is good. So I'm constantly working on my touch, getting even better. So this is something I do look adding to my game.
Yeah, because you look at a guy like maybe like a Bam Adebayo, somebody like that. Like he's got this little area. He's money with these little push shots. And I think that's going to open up a ton of things, because as we'll see later too, you could pass a little bit too. So again, just adding those dimensions to your game, super important. And then this, you didn't get to do it a lot this year, and you kind of touched on it, the ability to stretch the floor, but this looks pretty good. That's clean.
This is senior night. Everybody was going crazy.
So
like with how we play, like I normally don't, pop for threes, like that. So, getting that rhythm now in my head to shooting more. So like I would normally just roll because nobody could stop me from dunking. Like if you throw the ball up, I'm either gonna catch it or I'm dunking the ball. So either way, it's like a win-win situation. So it just this instance, I was popped it and shot it.
Yeah. I mean, look, that's the modern game, right? Like, so when you are shooting it well, because I think you took 4, according to Synergy, you had 4 attempts. So you hit 2 of them. So when you're shooting it well, though, like what are the things you're like doing mechanically or functionally that that like, oh, that feels good?
Making sure, my follow through. Follow through is very important. My coaches have been working with me with the follow through, making sure I'm straight up, straight up and down. So it's just it's a lot to shooting that I didn't know about, never like having a trainer, stuff like that. So and if you can just see like from when I first started playing at my first year here at LMU to now, the growth is just crazy.
Now, one of the other, maybe the last area of your game where you can kind of make an impact without having the ball in your hands to initiate, you talked about like your motor and your ability to rebound. I think you were at just under 14 rebounds a game this year. You had a game where you had 28 boards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's monster stuff.
28 rebounds. Yeah.
Yeah, that's monster stuff, man. So take me through what the mentality is on the boards. This is the offensive glass. We just saw Josh Hart, how important the offensive rebounds are to winning basketball games, right? So take me through what the mentality is as a rebounder.
As a rebounder, you just got to have the mindset like it's something that you got to want to do. And like with me, I feel like if I get the rebound, I know I got it. I don't have to worry about if nobody else got it, because I know if I got it, I got it. So, like I said, like when you rebound it, it's just something you got to want to do. And I want us to have extra possessions. If how LMU is, if we have the same possessions, we're going to win. And if we have more possessions, we're going to blow you out. So I always, try to go against the guy that's in front of me. Like, you're going to have to show me you can jump with me or you're going to box me out. But I promise you, you're not going to be able to, because I'm just moving. I'm constantly moving. It's like, I don't know. My hands I could just find the ball easily.
Now let's dive into how you score with the ball in your hands a little bit. And in the post, one of the things that I noticed watching your film, you're very comfortable working with your left hand.
Right.
So do you prefer a certain block when you're going to work?
No, not really. I think this comes from when I went to community college. My JUCO coach, he was always, make sure you work on your offhand. Make sure you work on your offhand. We know you got a right hand. So like, I feel more comfortable with my left hand than I do with my right hand. That's so crazy. It's kind of good though, because everybody's like, he's right-handed.
Right.
Play him, they'll show the right hand. But no, I got to counter too. So it's like, you just got to play me straight up. You never know what I might do. So I think it's pretty good.
For sure. Especially like you said, when you have a right hand and you get the ball on this block, they probably think he wants to get to that little righty hook, turn inside, and you got that counter, spin off, smooth, but you need good touch. Right. So the offhand, a little. I mean, I think that having that in your bag is really important. Especially you got these like extension finishes too with the length. Do you know what your wingspan is?
No, I think we were supposed to do it recently, but we didn't get a chance to do it. I'm gonna have to find out soon though.
Yeah, it looks
crazy.
And then here, you know, when you're not necessarily using that back to the basket game, but they're getting you the ball down low, little face up. You remember this play?
Yeah, this is the sack tournament game.
Take me through this one.
Yeah, so right here, you know, we're just playing. The game was already physical from the jump because it's sack tournament. We had beat them one time in the regular season, so this game was already amped up. Everybody was going, you know. So I just had to, you know, play to level my competition. Well, not play to level my competition, but the physicality. Like I had to go at him. He was trying to go at me, but I was going at him. So
yeah, I mean, you gave him that bump.
Yeah, you had to make it through sometimes, you know.
Yeah, set the tone, right? Like you got to let people know, like, hey, you're gonna have to do this all night if you really want to do it. So I love that going right through his chest. But those are kind of ways that I think that you could score. And now one of the things that I really like is your playmaking. You know, you had a more assists than turnovers this year, and I think this is a really nice find. It seems like you have really good feel hitting cutters, and this isn't exactly like a short roll pass, but it's kind of like similar to it.
Yeah.
So take me kind of through what you're reading here from the defense.
Yeah. So right now, I think they're in like a zone or whatever. So I was going to screen the guy, but I knew once I get it, it was double team. I think this game I started going. So all the attention started coming to me. So I had to look out. You know, I had two right on me. So normally, one of our rules, if the ball's in the post, somebody got to cut to the basket. And the guy who cut, he's one of the best shooters I've seen in a long time. And for him to cut, which is like crazy, so nobody think he was going to cut. So it was a good find for him cutting because, like, once the ball gets to the low post, somebody got to cut. See, I had three people who was going to cut. So it was just good that he cut. So, and it actually opened the floor even more.
You've also, I like this play here because it's more from the perimeter. And I think that, you know, one of the ways, and you guys run some DHO type stuff. And like, I like bigs who can operate, again, going back to a guy like Bam, who can kind of like operate out of the high post or out of like horn sets and fine cutters. Great timing, great touch there. So, I mean, really good stuff as far as hitting cutters. And then here, a little deeper than the short roll, but again, the awareness to know where your shooters are. So take me through this.
Yeah, so with this play, I think they sag. Anytime anybody you go in the post, everybody's collapsing in the paint. So I know, like, my shooters is out there because that was in our scout report. Like, they're sagging. So once you get it, either you go up, you pump fake it, dunk it, or you look out for your shooters. So I had shooters on either side. So it was just lucky that man on that side ended up dropping, and I see him cutting because both corners are open because both of them sag. So I had either or. So it's just, you know, paying attention to that scout report, setting that scout report, knowing what they do.
Yeah, great recognition, right to the shooter's pocket. Now take me through this one. If you can get this one back, what would you do differently here?
I definitely try to go dunk it, or be under control. For 2 feet, for sure.
Yeah, because once you leave your feet, you kind of got to make the decision a little more decisive instead of playing like in midair when you only got so much time. So I think if we go through and we pause it, like when you're in midair, you got the corner guy.
Oh yeah, straight
right.
In the corner too, yeah.
Like even if this guy kind of closes and they do an X out, maybe it causes like a scramble. But both guys here are in midair, so that'd be a hard scramble. And then, or like you said, you go into the contact and try to score, try to put two people on a poster. But yeah, I like your playmaking. And one final passing possession. This is kind of more just like traditionally you got post position, but quick read. What are you reading to make these quick decisions to find your guys?
Believe it or not, like, once I like get the ball, I'm already looking everywhere. Like I'm already looking, and see, he already sagged, and you can't leave a good shooter open like that. Like he's
No.
another terrific shooter on our team too. So you can't leave good shooters open like that. And this is just a simple, back to the basket, front of the post type of deal. So, and Bar, he's going to shoot the ball regardless. So,
yeah. So you're philosophically, you guys trying to put two shooters opposite sides of the court, give you guys a lot of room, and now you got options when you get the ball down there. If you're not going to finish, you got guys to kick out to.
right. So it's either. So with how our team is set up with this year was, you never know who night is going to be. Like, it could be my night, it could be my guard's night, it could be anybody's night, because we got players who can score 20 on any given night. So it just depends on how the defense plays each player, because they might play the player who went off last week, but this week he probably not even going off. He probably passing the ball. So you never know who night it is. And this night, it was number 3's night. He was making shots for us this night. So, I had to feed him.
Now I want to go to the other side of the floor and talk about your defense. First, the more levels you go up, one of the buzzwords is like switchability, right? You want guys who can move on the perimeter and guard down low. So take me through this possession here, guarding the perimeter. Do you remember this one?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think this was Lise McCray, I believe. So I think with this one, my guard here he got attacked on the screen. So I know I just had to guard straight up. So it's just me being athletic. He kind of got me on the first step, but I was able to recover since I'm so long and able to go get it. So It was just a good possession, good athletic, just going to get it.
Good timing, guarding without fouling and getting low in your stance, right? Now, when you're guarding guys on the perimeter, when you switch or if you guys are in ball screens, are you trying to do anything particular? Are you trying to no middle, or are you in a drop? Like, what are you guys traditionally doing on these ball screens?
Right now, it just depends on who we play. It depends on the guard, how good the guard is. But mostly we play drop coverage. That's what we normally did. But if we play somebody good, we might do a blitz, or just play straight across. It just depends on who we playing. So
personnel.
Yeah,
for sure.
Normally we just do drop.
Okay, so we saw how you guard a ball handler on a drive. Now, what are you trying to do here on this possession where you cut off the guard? What are you trying to force him into?
Right now, I think he was a capable shooter. So, I'm playing above the three-point line, making sure he don't get any shots off. Making sure, I got the feet up behind, make sure I got a hand up. Because he's a shooter. He's a capable shooter. So, I know I'm just making sure I stay straight up, making sure I don't let him make a shot, Make sure I have active hands on him.
Yeah, because, a step back with your length, hand up, if he makes that, it's you almost got to, clap it up, do it again. Yeah, right? Yeah, so you're just trying to, probably a guy who can get into the paint too, right? So, I'm on an island. Let me try to force a tough shot like this. That's good defense, low clock. So, time, what the possession, he's got to get it up quick. So, yeah, great job guarding the perimeter in both of those scenarios, guarding smalls. Now, you mentioned sometimes you guys blitz or, in different coverages. Take me through this one. What happened here? Is this just not enough talking from the team?
Yeah, I think it was just poor communication.
Yeah.
Because one possession we was doing, one possession we wasn't. So I don't think my guard knew what he was doing, because he kind of backed up.
Yeah.
And we were just in a scramble. They just got us in a scramble.
Yeah. So talk to me about the importance of talking defensively, especially as the big man kind of quarterback of the defense.
Oh, man. Me, I'm the one who's going to talk the most because I can see everything. Mm-hmm. So with me, with talking, you got to be able to scream it out loud. You got to be the loudest one in the gym because you got fans, you got cheerleaders, you got everybody just talking. So you got to make sure everybody can hear you. And communication is so important, because if you don't have communication, you don't have no defense. It's like your foundation.
Yeah.
So talking is huge.
Last possession that I want to go through here, and this is just to show again that athleticism. Big men, you got to be a rim protector. So take me through this one. What are you reading, and how are you timing this?
Right now, I'm just make sure I can see my man. I'm touching back and forth with him, see what he's doing. And sometimes I think in this position, I think my guard had gambled a little bit forward, and he just got backdoored. So just having his back, me being the best, I gotta have his back. So
yeah, and you do a good job too getting vertical too.
Yeah. So that's what our coach emphasized, like being vertical, because nowadays if your fingertips are just down like this, that's a foul. So like our coach emphasized being vertical like this whole year. Make sure you go straight up. Make sure you go straight up. So that was something they emphasized this whole year.
So as you move on now and you start going to the next levels, what are the kind of things that you're going to be working on in the off season to kind of, refine your game and expand your game going forward?
Continue working on my touch, shooting, ball handling. I know those three for sure. And, just keep me going, like my motor, to make sure I'm still, want to get the ball, because sometimes like once you get bored with stuff, and I'll never want to get bored with this game because it's going to one day, help me and my family. So, make sure I continue working on those two things for sure.
Yeah. And so if you were pitching yourself to, a potential future team, what's the selling point? Why should a team invest in your game?
They get a guy who's going to rebound the ball at a high level. If you need a rebound, I'm your man. Somebody who's going to talk, who's going to be a leader on and off the court. I'm just a natural born leader, actually. So it's just like second nature to me. Someone who's going to, give it all they got every time. Play hard, because you can't teach playing hard. There's got to be something you want to do. And nowadays, hard work beats talent. And I'm the guy who's gonna go hard every time. So you don't have to worry about me. I never had to worry about a coach saying, "Oh, Ted's not going hard." Nah, I'm going hard every time. So that's somebody they're gonna get. Somebody's gonna go hard every time. A rebounder, somebody who's gonna go through a wall for them.
I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to chop it up with me and break down your game. I had a lot of fun going through your film and talking through everything. I think that, your personality and your charisma and that's part of the game too. I think that really shined as well. So thank you for chopping it up with me today, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, man.